If you are on, say hi. Let me know that you're here. Oh, and as usual, rep your city. Good morning for Los Angeles. Hello, hello. From NYC, but living in Milwaukee. That is one thing. I'm from Chicago, but that is one thing people from Chicago and New York do. They'll be like, I live here, but I'm from New York. I say that too. I'm from Chicago. Good morning. I live in Ann Arbor, but I'm moving back. Actually, moving back to Chicago next week. So I'm from Chicago. Good morning from Detroit. Detroit, what up, though? I've been a Detroit / Michigander for the last Detroiter / Michigander, Detroit for a couple years. Now living in Ann Arbor. Good morning from VA. DC is a city I would like to live in the VA area, DMV. We are going to get started in one more minute. Just say hi. Let me know where you're from. And maybe where did you learn about this workshop? Like I've been posting it in so many places. From the Bay Area. All right. Gonna get started in Charlotte, North Carolina. All right. Okay, Women in Pursuit of FI. Good morning. Good morning, ladies. Okay, so it is 5 after. I am going to start sharing my screen. Morning, Delexis from Detroit. Detroit is in the building. Where's my Chi-Town people? Ain't nobody from Chicago? Detroit is in the building. I'm not mad. I kind of claim both cities right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me see. Share my screen. So, tune in from Metro Detroit. Awesome, Detroit. Okay, so let's get started. So basically, I am doing this workshop because I did a DIY how to build your own website workshop last week. And I asked what people wanted to learn next. And overwhelmingly, they said Canva. I went through a lot of different tools on how to build your website, and people had more questions about Canva. So we're doing a Canva workshop. From Lydia, she is Libre. All right, Lydia, thank you for sharing. Okay, share screen. Let's see. All right, and give me 1 second, ladies, so I can share my screen. Good morning from New York City. Okay. So are you able to see my screen? I think you can. Yes, my website on how to build a workshop is on the same Facebook page where you're watching this. So, and I can send that out when I send everything else out, okay? Let's see, let's close all these at the bottom. So welcome to the Canva workshop. This is my first time doing a Canva workshop, so you're in for a treat. We're gonna learn a lot today. And this is not gonna be a regular workshop where I just tell you like practical things about why Canva is great. I'm actually gonna sit here and build actual things in Canva to show you step-by-step how to do them, okay? Like I said, bear with me. This is the first workshop. So welcome, Canva workshop with Miesha Jihan. So I'm Miesha Jihan. I am starting up a new YouTube channel, and that channel is about tech, faith, family. Oh, see, seems like I might have lost you there for a second, but okay, let me share my screen one more time. My internet is not loving me today, and I like paid money for higher speed internet, so it needs to be loving me. Okay, so here we go. So I think I was talking about like women from the like Choose FI group starting this financial independence journey not too long ago, still working to get to that negative net worth from student loans. So thank you for that. It's still cutting in and out. Is it better? I'm going to talk a little bit more because there's a delay, and hopefully it is better. It should be better. Okay. So I'm Miesha Jihan, and in the next 60 minutes, you're going to learn my exact strategy on how to create clean and beautiful graphics without paying for a designer. Okay? Seems better? Great. So like I said, we're going to learn my exact strategy on how to create clean and better, beautiful graphics without paying for a designer. So don't forget, at the end of this webinar, I'm going to give you a secret link where you can download a transcript of everything I'm going to show you today, okay? Also, you get a special discount for something that will save you time and make your brand stand out. You'll have to watch live to get this, so stick around. But this workshop is going to give you great value. I'm going to walk through how to make 3 different things in Canva, and hopefully that this will help you. I know there are a lot of distractions around us, but this information I'm about to share can change your life and your business, I promise. I don't want you to miss a single crucial step, so please make a commitment to stay focused during this webinar. I know a lot of times we're watching webinars or workshops. We are watching TV in the background, have a lot of other things going on, or trying to read something else. But so you can get the most out of this and don't have to review it later, I just want you to turn off your cell phone and give me your complete attention, and ask as many questions as you want in the chat. You're probably wondering why I'm qualified to teach on this topic. I'm not. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm a web developer. So here's my story. I've used Canva for the past 5 years to edit pictures, and I've not needed to learn Photoshop or hire a designer in those past 5 years. I am just now learning Photoshop and Illustrator because I want to take my graphics to the next level. But for 5 years, I got by with completely Canva. So how did I get into web design? Someone asked me, since I was an engineer, couldn't I build a website for them? I'm not even that type of engineer. I am a mechanical engineer. I got more referrals for building websites. I kept passing them on to a friend who built websites. I started to learn things for myself with WordPress and HTML, and I became obsessed with learning it. I became so obsessed, I thought everyone should know how to do this. So I've been teaching website development for like the last 4 years, as long as freelancing building websites. So imagine, a lot of you are like small business owners or have your personal brand. Imagine what your life will be like after you know how to make simple, beautiful graphics on your own. You can see yourself saving time and money. A beautiful brand gives you more authority. A clean and beautiful presentation allows you to raise your prices and charge clients in a way that allows you to work in peace. I know a lot of times when we first Okay, so I see what happened. It was not connected to my home network. So it's connected to my home network. So hopefully it should be smooth from here out. I know a lot of times was my last word. I don't even remember. I think a lot of times that we are charging too little because we think it's a good amount of money, but we're not factoring all the work or hours that we charge. So when we are able to have beautiful graphics, it allows us to charge more, charge a comfortable price. It allows us to work in peace. And a beautiful brand means more repeated sales. Also, a lot of us have personal blogs or financial blogs. We're not necessarily trying to make money right now, but we want readers. So people are proud to share when your graphics are more cohesive and they look beautiful. So who is this workshop for? This workshop is for the small business owner, the new do-it-yourself business owner, or the solo entrepreneur, or if you have a personal brand that you're trying to get off the ground. What you will learn in this workshop. So first, we're going to make a Facebook or Instagram post. We're going to make an event header, and we're going to make a flyer. Might go a little over an hour, but we're going to get it done. The absolutely first thing that you need to know when making graphics is that you have to have beautiful photos. And I really learned this when I was making websites or started building websites. Like the quality of photos determine the quality of the website. I can make the most clean, most perfect, most user-friendly website, but if the photos aren't amazing, it doesn't matter. So here are some places to find royalty-free photos. And what that means is you can use them however you want them. You don't have to attribute them or pay for them. There are also sites that I use that I pay for graphics, so I can have like higher quality graphics. And I can send you those in the follow-up. Or not even necessarily higher quality, because these are amazing quality. But since they're free, everybody is using them and they can start to get repetitive. So sometimes I pay for graphics so I can get graphics that not everybody is using. Okay, so now we're going to dig into Canva. A lot of you said you've used Canva before. So raise your hand if you say you've used Canva before. Or say yep in the chat. So a lot of you have used Canva before, and I just want to show you some simple steps that make it easy for me to design in Canva really quickly and look nicely. Now, like I said, I'm not a designer, so like super fancy things or cutting like people out of images, I don't do. But this is a simple technique that I do that makes my graphics look much better. Okay, so yeah, everybody's used Canva. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is create a social media post. So Instagram post, or we can find social media posts, but I'm gonna go ahead and choose Instagram post since a lot of us use Instagram, and we can use our Instagram posts on Facebook. So that's the pretty cool part. They're sized for Facebook or Instagram. So of course, you know, if you use Canva, there are a lot of templates here. So either you can use the templates to edit how you would like. And if I see something similar to what I'm looking for, I definitely do that. But what I've started to do is use this simple formula that I'm going to show you to edit photos and make photos. Okay. The simple formula, and you know, if you can't see, let me know. But down here in the right, you can change the screen. So I like to change it to 25% magnification. So it takes up 25% of the screen. So someone asked, will I be creating with Canva Pro or the free version today? So I have Canva Pro, but everything I'm showing you today can be done in the free version of Canva. What I might do is just show you like a little update or upgrade I can do with Canva Pro. But everything I'm showing you today, you can use Canva for. Okay. So the little formula that I use is not even a formula. I just came up with the name of the formula, but I use hero image is the first part of the formula. So hero image just means big image. So that image can take up the full photo or half the photo. So I use a big image on the screen. So what am I going to design for today? So say we have, since a lot of you are women in FI, we are going to design for a how to handle finances in COVID. Thank you. That's a good resource. Okay. So I like to find a hero image, and that's a big image. There's a lot of images I have uploaded, or you can search their images. So these are what I recently used. finances. So since I am looking for a certain thing, I'm not finding what I'm looking for, so I'm just going to use what I already have. So I'm going to use this big image, and I can just drag and drop it there. And so I have this big image as my base. And then what I do is to write what I want to write, I go to elements and I get a square or another shape, but usually a square. And then I write the text in that square. So I have to think of my color scheme, the color scheme I want. The cool thing is that and this is a newer feature, but now when you upload a photo, it gives you some of the photo colors. And I like to use one of the photo colors to fill in that box. So I click on the box. And then, so the outline of the box is still white. So I'm going to click on this outline and I want it to be the same color. And I always like to use something with a face because people just connect more with images with faces. And I notice that I get in more engagement when there's a face in the photo. Like I used to do a lot of images with like computers or phones, but if you have a face, even if they're not doing something completely related to what you're speaking about, but it's like a face that they can relate to, then that can be helpful. So here's my color. Next thing I'm going to do is add text. So of course you can add a heading, subheading, or body text. I'm going to add a heading first. And then I'm going to add a subheading and body text just so we can use that for later. One thing that I'm not usually great with is font combinations. So this is what I do to find good font combinations. So I Google modern font combinations. I have a Google phone, so my Google phone is going off now.
Here's a summary from InDesign. 10 beautiful font combinations
for your next design project. So I go and look through different font combinations, and Canva has this resource as well. So I kind of like this is modern. But you can take your time and look through what font combinations make sense for what you're doing. I always like to design something that's like modern and minimalistic just because it's simpler for me at this point. I use Lato a lot. It's very clean and shows up easy on the web and is easy on the eyes. And then if I want to make something a little bit more feminine or appeal to feminine, I put a cursive heading. You want to make sure that that cursive heading is easy to read and clear because it could be not, and it doesn't add to your information. Any questions so far? And notice that some of the fonts have these little crown next to them. Anything that has a crown next to it means that you can only get that in Canva Pro. But like I said, I want to show you how to make beautiful images with the free Canva. So I'm going to try to stick to anything that is free for right now. So this is my uploaded font. I'll be changing that. And if we want to go back to the screen, there's this little hide right here. So I can go ahead and hide that. But also Canva now shows font combinations here. If you like any of these, And you want to think about who your target audience is when you choose the font, right? So this kind of cursive, this is like playful, right? And it's really looks good for like when you're doing anything maybe with like kids or girls. Oh yeah, you can upload fonts. So Google Fonts is a place you can upload fonts, and you can also go to somewhere named called Creative Market, and you can Google fonts or search fonts, and there's all kind of fonts you can use. And this is like the modern font bundle, any kind of font you can think of. And if you sign up for their newsletter, they'll send you free fonts every week. So I use a lot of free fonts I get from them. Okay, so I just kind of go through here to see if I have anything that I like, any font combinations I like, but usually now for most cases, I don't see any font combinations that I like. Yes, you are able to reuse a template. So I reuse my templates all the time. So I like the way that one of the templates I use looks, and I just go ahead and edit it, and I can show you how I can do that. But so your money and COVID. That is not readable. That's not a readable header. So we're going to find something more readable. And COVID is like serious, so I don't really want it to be cursive. I want it to be more like bold. And then just a little information here. Money expert, blah, blah, blah. And if you like the lorem ipsum generator, so I just go here sometimes, one paragraph, short, generates, copy, just to give me a filler when I design. So what I did there is I just go here and it generates random copy for me so I can have placeholders when I design. So if somebody hasn't given me the copy they need, I can just put it in there. So this doesn't look readable. I'm going to put it to 50%. So I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger. I can go right here. Too big. Okay. If we want, we can have this take up the whole thing. So to take up the length of that, And sometimes to make it look a little bit more modern, I change the transparency. You can play with that if you want, but I like to keep it pretty dark. And if the words don't stick out enough for me within this color, I use the element again. So I choose that, I make it smaller. Move this out the way for a second, make that bigger. Okay. What color? I want this to be white. Let's try green. I'm gonna make this bigger. Okay. And if you want, you can take that across and take it across. Kind of play, see what works for you. If I did that, I would like pull this whole thing across and make that bigger, but I don't love that. So I'm going to go back and do this. So that was really quick and simple. And if we want to like dim the background out a little bit, we can change the transparency. I like to do that sometimes. Or you can put a filter. But I don't like the filters. They change the color scheme. So I just change the transparency sometimes to make it more visible. So this was really quick. It's not super colorful. I use the colors of the background, but I think it's a pretty elegant, simple design. And this is what I do to make easy designs. And I'll show you an example of one of my designs. But hero image in the background, use a big block, and then make sure you get the text combinations right. Like the text combinations look good. So I use this simple 3-step design, and you see I designed a clean image in less than 10 minutes. I use Canva to create your slides? I did use Canva to create my slides. Yes, so I did create my slides in Canva. It took a little bit more time on that, of course, but I'm showing you how to make simple images today, simple, beautiful images. Any questions on this before I move on to the next thing? The cool thing about this is that if you have Pro, say if you are a blog person, I think it would be great to have Pro, especially if you have a blog. And besides your blog, this is really one of the only tools that you need, and maybe an email list. So you could use this, and then you could resize the image, right? So this is an Instagram post. You can resize for a Twitter post. You don't necessarily need to resize for a Facebook post because you can use Twitter posts on Facebook. But you can resize it for a presentation, or you can resize it for poster, landscape, all these things you can resize it for. And so if you have a blog, you need that header image on the blog, or a lot of people use that header image. So what you can use to make that header image is a Facebook cover. That's a good resize to make your header image. And you're able to save and retrieve your work at no cost. Yes, you are. How do you choose good color scheme and overall color scheme? So basically what I do is I just choose from the picture that I'm using. If you want to know like overall color scheme from your brand, that's a whole different workshop. If you want to choose on your brand. But for right now, if you have a feminine brand or mostly women follow your brand, muted pastel colors are the move right now. It used to be like black, white, and gold, but like dusty pink, like my shirt, or mauve, or light gray. Like those are the colors that appeal to women right now. And yes, you are able to save and retrieve your work at no cost. So no worries about that. The only thing you have to pay for is if you do not have Pro and you use Pro Elements. If you use Pro, you have access to all the elements for free. And how you know if an element is a Pro element, this one says free, this one says free. If one of them says paid next to them or has a crown, that means you have to pay for that element. An element could be text, it could be photos, like Pro, you have to pay for that photo, things like that. And so the way I determined color for this picture is like, I don't know if you all remember, but when I went into colors, it'll give me the photo colors. It'll automatically generate the colors from the photo I chose. And I just use the colors from the photo because that gives it a more cohesive look. And how much is Pro? Pro is about $12 a month, and is there a discount code? I think you get a free trial of Pro, and I can send you the link to the free trial through my affiliate link. Yeah, you could resize for different platforms, so that makes it really easy and time saving, especially. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my home page. And I'm going to show you, like I said, I use the same element. So I am a tutor. So I use the same format to make my tutoring flyers. And now you see I have this layout for my SAT class. I have the Canva workshop, my SAT class, my website workshop, all have the same layout because I want my stuff to look like cohesive. So I teach SAT classes. So I don't know why this turned pink because it's usually not pink, it's blue. Oh, I know what happened. I changed the color down here. So sometimes when you say change all, you got to make sure that you're not changing all the colors. So I had this background as blue, the same blue as her shirt. And sometimes I make it lighter blue. And of course, I lost that blue now because I must have changed it last time. But it makes it really easy, really simple to give a really clean standout image when you have this hero image. It's called hero images. We use them in web design too. It's so simple, but you want to have a clean, big image on your website as the first image that stands out, right? And then very little wording on the image. So I use that same formula I use on websites. And so this is what I use to make the image for this workshop. What I would change. So like I said, this dusty rose and mauve are what we're using right now, like for feminine colors. But what I would change for this, and I did later actually, is I made this a white background and I made this script a little different up here. So the white background made it a little bit more like I don't know. I just liked it better. And then I added a border. So without the border, it looked pretty plain, but the border gave it like some clean lines. Let's see. An example that I did. So this is the Instagram one I did. And it just looks better. It has the white background. The cursive is clear. You can read it. It looks a little bit more like handwriting. This Canva logo is already in the elements. So I just used the Canva logo that they already had. And if you are doing something on Facebook, use the Facebook logo, use the free Facebook logo. It makes it look more legit when you're doing a Facebook event or something about a social media platform and you use those elements. And I also created my logo in Canva. So big hero image, I only took up half the page this time, left half the page white, really simple. I do provide webinars for SAT tutoring, and please DM me about that. Where did the image originate? So the image, okay, let me tell you about the image. Good question, because I didn't go into that in detail. I already had these images loaded here. So the images, I have a list of free sites for the images. These are the free sites I use. The number Unsplash. This is the number one. Okay, so Unsplash, I can search women. Okay, they have women influencers. Let's see what comes up. These are pretty cool photos. If something makes sense for what you're trying to convey, like if you want a group of women, if I said women and money, I would even use this because like women are really social. We are usually social creatures, or like relationships usually dictate like how we do things a lot, not like romantic relationships in general. But I go to Unsplash. I use women in computer a lot. I always have a woman in front of a computer. They have a lot of good photos here. Like that. So I used to use a lot of photos like this with the hands and things. But if you can get a face in there some kind of way, even if it's the side of the face, people just connect better with faces. I'm having an issue finding women of color for a free stock photo. So great question. Unsplash has a lot of women in color. Look, so you can, they're pulling from other sites. So there's womenintechchat.com, and they have a whole resource of women in color photos, like of all colors. And they have a lot of Black women too. And then I think you can just search Black women. They are the best site. Unsplash is the best site for finding Black and Latino women. The best big site. Now there are specific sites for Black women, Latino women, LGBT. There's specific photo sites. And if you're interested in, I can put those in the resource page. You do have to pay for those, but I'm willing to pay a person of color who spends their time taking photos that I can use for my projects. Okay. Look, like these photos are epic. They're really good. So Unsplash has a lot of great free stuff. I like this photo. I want to use it somewhere. I don't even know where I'm going to use it. Also, a lot of my studying stuff. Girls studying. They have a lot of good stuff. So they're really good with having like women and women doing like intelligent things. A lot of other sites don't. And that's almost something I want to create. Like I want to create a stock photo site a woman doing intelligent things instead of like just fashion. That's important, but whoever is creating these stack photo sites sometimes seems to think women only are concerned about fashion. Okay, so any other questions? Where was I creating? I got all these tabs open now, y'all. Okay, I think I was talking about, I created this. Took me less than 10 minutes because I followed my formula. Hero image doesn't have to take up the whole screen, but I want to get her face in there. Header, subheader, and I used I was finished and I used, you see how it looks without the, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. Just for me, adding the border just made it, I just liked it a little bit better. Like I said, I'm probably not even using all these technical terms. I'm not a designer. I'm a web developer. And I've been using Canva to try to make my websites look a little bit more classy. So what font did I use? This is called Jonathan. Yep, I just went through and found Jonathan. So you can search calligraphy. So I search calligraphy. And then you can search Open Sans. So a lot of us are women who are making websites for women, and the tendency is to use cursive a lot. You want to be very careful with cursive, and you always want to pair cursive with a bold font. So you want cursive to be in your header cursive, and then the rest you want to be in your regular font. Oh, show how I added the frame. Yes, sorry, I'm going fast. Okay, so let me delete that frame. I'm going to go to elements and add elements at the top is one of the top ones usually. You can go to shapes. And I found it under shapes. It was empty, it's free. So then I go here and you can get the sharp or rounded curves. Right now, sharper stuff is in. A few years ago or last year, like rounded curves or rounded edges were more in, but now it's sharper edges. And then I want to change the color. So again, I have the photo colors here, and I'm going to choose from one of the photo colors. So I just chose it until it made sense to me. So I like the color. So that's not bad, but it's kind of light. It doesn't really stand out to me. So I'm going to choose something a little bit darker. Go to the photo colors and add something a little bit darker. And that just stood out a little bit more for me. And somebody asked, how do you upload the photos? Sure. So we're going to go to Black woman. And I just really like this photo, like I said. So I'm going to, there's a download photo right here in the right-hand corner. I'm going to download photo that saves it to my computer. I'm going to go back to Canva. And I'm sorry, I went fast through some things, assuming that everyone has used Canva before. But you can just drag and drop the image, or you can upload an image, and you go to your downloads, and the image was named Ronci. So I'm gonna look for Ronci. So I upload that photo. Then I can drag it onto my screen. And there's two ways I can drag it. I can drag it so it fills up the whole thing, if I want to do that. And that looks pretty cool. But I wouldn't do that in this case because it would be hard to write on it. So I can go ahead and delete that, or I can press undo. I'll go back to uploads, and I'm just gonna drag. Yeah, press it so it, just press on it. And then it will end up here. And now I can make the photo larger to fill up half the screen. And then I can do the rest of my writing over here on the other side. If you use Pro Elements for Publish Design, are they free even if you're in the subscription, or do you use them? No, you lose them. I learned that. So if you sign up for Pro again, you'll have access to the elements. But if you you can download all your stuff and save all your stuff, so that when you don't have Pro, you'll still have the stuff you downloaded. But when you go back into Canva, you can't use those Pro Elements anymore. You can pay for Pro Elements individually. Okay, so we did an Instagram and social media post. The next thing we want to do was event header, and you can ask as many questions as you want and stop me through the event header, but it's going to be pretty much the same. So Facebook event cover, I use this for Eventbrite covers as well, and it makes my Eventbrite covers just look cool. And Eventbrite just has this thing that blows up the colors on the side, so it makes those look very nice. Okay, so same exact format. I'm going to use images I already uploaded. Since I really like this image, let's try it. Let me see. No, that's not going to work. We're going to need a full image. For the event photo, you want to find an image that's like rectangle, so it can fill up this whole picture. If not, and it makes sense. If not, you're going to get it cut off, and it's not going to fill up the full screen. Like this image fills up the full screen. Let's see. Let's go back to Unsplash. The most amount of time is spent like finding pictures and going through stuff, trying to find the right pictures. Search women and money, and that was weird. Okay, let's go ahead and use this one. I like this photo. And even if you like the photo, you can go to whoever it's attributed to, and you can see all the photos that they created. So if you like their style, you'll probably like the rest of their photos. And usually it'll show you all the free photos, and then it'll also show you where you can get more of their paid photos. So you can support the creative, which is really cool. You do not have to pay to promote events on Eventbrite. It's completely free to put events on Eventbrite. If you want to run ads, you have to pay for that. Okay, so I downloaded the image. I'm going to drag it into my uploads. I just drag and it uploads. It's a rectangular image. I want it to fill up the whole thing. I like that photo. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, 25%. I'm going to add a head. Well, nope. First, I'm going to add the element. Same thing, add the square. So it's going to be my recently used now. I'm just pretty much going to always add the square. Wherever you want to add it. I don't know, I'm going to add it here. Okay. Now I'm going to change that pink color from a color in here. I like that. And if I don't like it, I can always change it. It's fine. And then I'm gonna change the transparency, top right-hand corner. Transparent, make sure that this is selected. The element. And then I want to do another element. I already know I do. And put the header text in this element. And let's see. Like gray is my friend right now. And then text, add a heading. I'm going to put the heading over here. Add a subheading. Put the subheading down here. And then body text. Make that heading bigger. That's not easy to read. I'm not in love with the strip headings they have. So anybody have a suggestion? Like I said, I'm trying to use the free ones. This used to be really popular. And it does look good. It looks really good with Lotto. I'll just go ahead and do it. But it's so used, playlist script is used so much right now that I sometimes try to stay away from it because it's just like a lot of people use it. But it looks really good with Lotto. So I'll go ahead and show you how to use it. And then, so that's cool. I'm gonna do 50% because you're bodying, heading. And in the right-hand corner, let's see if I can. Okay. So in the right-hand corner right here, this is where I'm changing the magnification. So I can change it from 25%, 10%. And I just changed the screen because I noticed you couldn't see it from the view that you had before. So I'm gonna change back to that view. Okay, we're gonna add a subheading. So it's played out what it's do to you. Right. I mean, you'll notice it. Now that I told you it's everywhere, you'll notice it everywhere. I only noticed it because I started like working with it. I'm like, oh, like once you start playing in this, you'll start noticing fonts. Your money, your life. This is what you need to do now. And then more lorem ipsum, medium, generate, copy this text. And then I did that the hard way, guys. Sorry. But make this bigger. We're going to change that. This font we haven't selected. We can go to text color right here, change it to white. And then we can get out of here and let's do 25%. I'm trying to think what else I should add. I mean, it for a event header, it looks pretty solid. Say if you like brighter colors to make it stand out, you can. You probably wouldn't have this much wording on an event header. So let me change that. You will make that bigger. And that would be a pretty simple event header. And like I said, you want to have that big. I'm pretty sure in the event header, you don't have to put the time and place and date because this is the header for the event. And then it's just the attention grabber. In the Eventbrite or the Facebook, you'll have the details. Now, if you make a social media flyer, you do want to put those details in there. Joy Mac, you said you had a brief interruption. You missed my answer about pro elements. You lose the pro elements if you end the subscription. But the way you get around that is you download all of your stuff before the subscription ends. Okay? Okay. Let's see if I want to make this transparency a little bit lighter. And then I'm gonna try a filter. I don't know why the filters are not working for me today. Y'all, my internet is not loving me. Here we go. Okay, fine. Can I make the header more transparent? Like this here? I can. I can make everything transparent. Or the whole header. I can make that a little bit more transparent too. I think it starts to fade out though if I make it too transparent. So I just try to make it a little transparent. So the picture is the attention grabber, the smiling faces, things like that. Your money, your life. Ha ha ha. We want money to be a fun thing. And you can use whatever colors. Like I said, I usually use colors that are within the picture to make it look a little bit more cohesive. The gray over her face. So yeah, we can make it more transparent. So yes, we can do that. And so what's cool, now I have this template and I can just copy it and I can do the same thing and use other pictures, right? So let me see what uploads I have. I'm trying to find a picture that has like some more colors, like more brighter colors. Y'all see the random stuff I do. Let's use this lady, which you probably know her. So I'm going to delete this background. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to have Marie Forleo as my background here. Now, since I have this image, it's going to give me colors from her picture. So photo colors, I want to make this big blob purple or turquoise. Y'all, my colors is off today. Nope, that doesn't look right. So I'm going to make it yellow. That looks a little bit better. I'm going to make this one turquoise. Let's see how it works. This blob yellow. And I just wanted to show you an example of something with a little bit more color because we were getting a lot of washed out colors. And so if you're like a person that likes color and bright things, this is cool. Quick, easy one. All right. Can you make a banner that will appear while you're doing a Facebook Live? I guess I don't understand the question. So that's more, I know what you mean. That's more the software that you're using. So if you're using a certain software to go live, then it can create a banner for you, like with your logo and things like that. And if you can remind me, well, since you made that comment, I can go back and give you different softwares that are able to do that. So like I'm using Be Live to go live. I'm pretty sure they have that function. Text on screen. Yep. You guys can see it. I don't see it on my screen, but you see Miesha Williamson. Williamson's not even spelled correctly. But Miesha Williamson, so you guys can see that. And you can make something go across the bottom of the screen. So that's the software that you're using. All right, I'm going to hide both of those because it's weird. I like Be Live. Once I'm starting to learn how to use it, it works pretty well for me. Any other questions? I think the last thing we're going to do is a flyer, but it's really the same format. Be Live. I'll put it in the chat. I can't put anything in the chat. Be live.tv. I don't know why the chat is not working for me. Need to say anything. But it's belive.tv. Okay. So the last thing we're going to do, and I'll let you vote. Since I said the event is like the same, yep. B-E. Oh, sorry. BELIVE.tv. So BELIVE.tv. Okay. And I'm going to let you guys vote. Do you want to do a flyer or do you want to do a logo? Because like I said, the flyer, I'm going to use the same format. We got 2 votes. We need a tiebreaker. Logo, flyer. Jeez. Okay, logo. Logo. All right, so I use templates for logos because your girl be struggling with logos. So I look for a logo that is pretty much 90% what I want it to be. And you all can see, you all can probably see, like, oh, I've seen logos that look like this from people. Because, yeah, they use Canva to make their logo. And they probably didn't change a whole lot. So I'm going to make a logo for my name. I already have a few of them, but like maybe I want different things. And I'm going to make a few logos, so no worries. But I like this one. You all can probably tell I like really simplistic, simple stuff. So I'm going to blow it up. It's about 50%. I like the font already. I don't love the colors. So let's change the colors. Well, I'm changing this to white. I'm changing the black to white. And then I'm changing that to black. I mean, this is pretty cool. It's okay. I'm just gonna make the whole background black. There we go. I'm gonna make a few logos. Add a new logo page. I'm gonna go through a few of the trends on logos, okay? So templates, having these bold letters, that's one trend. Bold block letters, I like to call them. The other one is like cursive and watercolors or water paint. So this is one of the trends. I'm gonna go. It's funny, it changed that for me. I didn't want to do that. Notice they have like education logo. So I did that when I was looking for a tutoring website to make. Let's see if they have feminine logos. Beauty. And then there is beauty, feminine. What's the tech? Do they have her tech? These are different types of logo formats you can choose from. Like you said, your girl, the struggle. So this is really cool because it combines like all the cool elements right now. So this is just a shape. If you want a different like wire shape, you can search through the elements. Having logos with these splashes in the back are really popular. So on page 3, I'm going to put a splash. You can change the colors to whatever color you like. Trying to choose something. And you definitely want to look at the text combinations for logos and try to use something that's already in here. That would be my suggestion. And you can edit these words if it would let me edit it. Because like I said, my computer is freezing today. Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm making up stuff, y'all. So say if I have like, I don't know, Splat Playhouse. And look, the fonts are like perfectly already aligned. You want to make sure that it also already looks good in black and white. So I think the black is a little too dark. I'm gonna go ahead and change it to white. And I mean, there you go. You don't want a logo to be too overcrowded. You want it to be really simple. Here is another one. And I don't want everybody to go run out and do their logo like this. Well, you can. But this combines all of the things that are currently popular right now. This color, like I said, the blush pink, and this type of font, and this little wirely element. It's just really popular elements of design right now. Or you can use it and just change it, change something up. Maybe use the splat. Use the splat and make it that color, make it blush. Just add something to make it your own. A lot of people have logos that have like a lot of stuff in them, right? I don't know how that happened, but anyway, a lot of people have logos that had a lot of stuff in it. That have like people and faces and hair in your logo. You don't want to do that because you want your logo to be able to be printable easily. So you don't want to have like a super complicated logo that is not good for printing unless you have like two different logos. Is this transferred to letterhead or business card? Excellent question. So Miesha Jihan natural makeup. Let me see. I kind of like that. I like glacial indifference. I like this thing, but it doesn't look for that. Nope. They're all capitals too, so I can go here. I can go to this more button and make sure it's not uppercase. I cheated, y'all. I use a paid font, but I just like it better. Okay, so I like that. It's really simple. Now I'm going to make a natural makeup line. I'm going to use this. But can it be transferred to business cards? Great question. So again, you can go ahead and resize and make it a business card. So copy and resize. You can make it a rounded corner business card, anything. So I'm going to copy and resize. This is Canva Pro. And it made all of my things business cards. It's pretty dope. Canva Pro is pretty amazing. So look, in 15 minutes, I made 3 pretty simple logos because I use presets. Because Miesha Williamson is not a logo designer. But I use presets. This can get you started. Something really, really cool. Any other questions? What's even cooler about Canva? I made my own baby shower invitations in Canva, and Canva will print them and mail them to you. And it's cheaper than getting them printed yourself. I think you press share here, show more. And you can print. Choose printing options. So they sent me like 100 cards for like $10. Any other questions? And we are definitely over time. We're like half an hour over time. Okay. So if you have any other questions, let me know, but I'm going to like start to wrap it up. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was good information. If this was good information, just let me know. If anybody, he said you're never leaving home. Yeah, it's great. It's like, it was amazing. Anything you need printed, they'll print it and mail it to you in 3 days. Okay. I hope this was good info. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any comments, please like or share. So I just have a little bit more information for you. I have services and products. You can find me most places: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, Miesha Jihan. And I'll send you all the links to all my information. So a little bit about my products and services. So my main product or main offer is web design. So done for you web design services to take your brand to the next level. If you're interested in web design, just ask and I can send you an intake survey. My last workshop last week was about web design, and I can send that out to you as well. It was about how to design your own website if you need to. I also do one-on-one consults. And this is a newer service I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, but I can help you set up your tech or anything related to technology. So I can help you edit your website. I can teach you how to build your own websites. I can teach you how to make your branding elements in Canva. So like if you want to personalize your branding elements and make them personal for your brand, I can help you do that. And I can also help you to set up your email marketing campaign. So MailChimp, ConvertKit, anything like that. I can help you set those up, create a newsletter, things like that. So I have a special offer for the people who book a consult today. If you are interested in helping me walk you through, I have 20% off on our one-on-one consults, okay? And I'll send you that link in the follow-up email. And if you were live today, you will get $20 off your one-on-one consults, and you have to book them by today. I have an open calendar or calendar booking system to let you know when I'm available, and you can book a one consult. So the regular price for the hour is $65, but if you book today, it's $45. Okay, that's the end of my presentation. But if you have any other questions, you can reply to the email that I will send out. I hope you found this helpful. And if you can do me a big favor, if you really enjoyed this workshop, I'm going to do a free workshop every week, but I need your help getting the word out, right? So if you can comment what you liked about the workshop, what was the most helpful thing or any new revelation that you discovered during the workshop, and if you can post it on your Facebook page and tag me, tag Miesha Jihan, my not my personal, but my business Facebook page, in your post, I am going to give the people who do that a checklist of everything you need to make your website stand out. So I'm gonna give you the free ebook. Okay. Very, very good. My Tabitha voice. I love Tabitha. Tabitha Brown. Any other questions? Like I said, if you could do me that big favor, tag my Facebook page, say what you liked about this workshop and any aha moments that you had. Everyone who does that will get a free workbook from me. Okay. All right. Love you guys. If you are available next week, we're going to learn about Teachable. And Teachable is my course platform that I use, and it's the #1 driver to get me clients that convert without me even speaking to them. So you have to be here next week for that workshop, okay? I made a free course, I made a paid course. And that free course is the #1 way that I convert clients, $1,000, multiple $1,000 or multiple $1,000 clients without speaking to them. You asked me about the ACT, SAT services. Those are on Teachable, and I can send you my free course, the person who asked for those. Okay? All right. Thank you, and have a happy Saturday. It's next Saturday at the same time. Every Saturday, 10 a.m. or 9 a.m., whatever, next week, next Saturday.